What's going on, people? So my wife just bought a 2022 Honda Civic Sport. We've had it about 22 days now. Just had a guy come over and wash it and wax it, but clearly didn't do the best job. Look at the dirt that he missed there. I'm gonna have to clean that. But anyways, we wanted to get it in gray and we wanted hatchback, but being that the world we live in right now, you have to take what you can get. So this is what they had. This is what we took. It's been a good car. I mean, like I said, we've only had it 21 days. We'll go over some things about it that I didn't even know it had. I just learned as I went along. But anyways, here's the key fob. It does have remote start, which you push the lock button and then push this one twice, I believe. Yeah, twice. Has, you can open a trunk that way, or there's a thing under here that opens it. Those are the floor mats. Has this rubber cargo thing, which was an option, which I'll talk about that in a minute. Wasn't something I wanted, but whatever. So that is the outside. I don't know what the color is called, this blue color, but anyways, if you put this key fob in your pocket and you walk up, all you got to do is put your hand there and it unlocks it, which that's kind of nice. My last car had that too. Radio's decent. It's okay. I mean, you know, you're not going to win any contests with it, but it plays music. It gets the job done. I'm not going to play it on here because anyways, it doesn't come well through the phone. But I'll turn it on in a minute so you can see what it looks like. AC vents are inside of this metal grated thing. And, you know, this is how you move the vents around. But that's where it's at. Got a little little cubby hole there. Cup holders. But let's start it. And like I said, it has remote start, but for purposes of this video, we're just going to go ahead and start it right here. All right. Very quiet car. So I'm used to having big cars, four-door vehicles. Right now, I currently have that truck right there, which is a 2500. So when I got this, quite honestly, sitting in the car driving it, feels like my ass is on the ground. Feels like it's dragging on the ground. It feels so low because I'm just not used to it. Just feels weird. But there's the dash. As you can see there, that red is telling me that my seatbelt's not on. There's nobody in the front passenger seat. There's nobody in the right side rear seat. And the only reason it's in green on the driver's side rear seat is because that seatbelt is fastened, even though nobody's sitting there. If I were to fasten my seatbelt right now, that red one in the upper left would go to green, and then the display would clear. And I can clear the display by hitting the home screen. Now it's just telling me my door's open. Hit the home screen again, it'll get rid of all that. But on here, you can control your radio. These will go to your preset stations here. This is cruise control here. This one is for, which I didn't even know the car had, when you use cruise control, you know, you can adjust how far behind the car in front of you it will stay. You can make it go a little bit closer or a little bit farther. If the car in front of you slows down, the car will automatically slow down. This here keeps you in your lane. If you let go of the steering wheel, it'll keep you in your lane. I personally don't like this. I make it as unsensitive as possible. You can make it very sensitive. I like it to leave it unsensitive. Just like this, I like to keep this to allow me to get as close to the car as possible that it thinks is safe. I don't like cars driving for me. That's me personally. You know, I do use my turn signal, but if there's no cars around and I'm switching lanes, I don't use my turn signal. And when that happens, because it has this lane thing, it will try to jerk the steering wheel back into my lane because I didn't use my turn signal, and it thinks I'm going off the road or into another lane, which in actuality I'm not. So little things like that I do not like. Traction control here, I actually haven't the slightest idea what this is. When I push it, nothing happens on the screen, so I don't know what that is. I just noticed it, to be honest with you. Like I said, this is my wife's car, although I kind of been driving it more because if I don't need, I own a business and I use my truck for the business, but I tow these dumpsters around. If I don't have any rentals and stuff like that, I just use this car because it's a hell of a lot better on gas than that truck. Also in the door is trunk release here for the gas tank. There is no switch on the inside. You just push it and it opens up. There's no gas lid either. And then to lock it, push it shut. If your car is locked, this won't open. But because my car is unlocked, it's allowing me to open it. All right. Back seat. Right now, the way the front seat is set, I'm 5'11", 230 pounds. I like my seat back a little bit. That's the way I would drive it right now, and it's actually got plenty of leg room. Like I said, I'm 5'11", and I'm good. I'm almost touching it, but I'm not touching it. No seat pockets back here either. I just noticed that, so actually we're learning the car together. Show you here, plenty of headroom. Like I said, I'm 5'11". So back here, surprisingly for a Civic, it's got plenty of room. These cars have gotten bigger. I had a Civic back in 94, 95. That was the last Civic I had, although it was a two-door. But that was the last Honda I've ever had. These cars have gotten definitely bigger. So it's got, here's the radio. It has the Apple CarPlay, the Google, whatever. Which, quite honestly, if I'm to be honest with you, I don't use it. And I should probably play around with it more. I just don't use it. But anyways, that's the radio. All right, so some things I did not know it had. I did not know it had that lane assist thing that keeps you in a lane. I did not know about the cruise control thing. One thing that I personally hate is it has when you come to a stop, the car turns off. I hate that. What do you save by sitting at a traffic light for 1 minute in a red light, the car turns off? What are you saving in fuel, honestly? You're not saving hardly anything at all. It's very minute. The problem is every single time you stop and that stupid engine turns off and it has to restart, you're wearing out your starter. I mean, if you're doing city driving, your starter's constantly starting your car because it's constantly stopping. So your starter is going to wear out faster. So any minute pennies of fuel that you saved, you're going to end up spending on a new starter eventually. That's the way I feel. So I don't like that stuff. Plus, it's just one more thing to break down the road, and then what? Your car doesn't start. So there is a button here that turns it off. So this is your emergency brake, which I don't care for those either. I prefer the handle. Again, this is just one more thing that can end up breaking in the future. Obviously, the two cup holders. You have sport. You have different modes. As you can see right now, I'm in econo mode. Push the switch, it goes to normal. And push the switch again, and it goes to sport. Sport, I will say, is pretty quick. Has a Cvt transmission, and I don't know how it does it, because if you know anything about Cvt, there's no gears. This does have a first gear called a launch gear when you're at a stop to help you take off, which is good because it takes pressure off the CVT. But if you look here in sport mode, you have these paddle shifters that you can use, and I tested them out last night for the first time, and they work pretty well, and it shifts gears. I don't know how it does that because it has CVT. I'm not mechanically inclined like that. I don't know how the hell they do it, but it works, and it's pretty quick. For a Civic, for a 4-cylinder engine, it is pretty quick. I will say the thing handles like it's a go-kart. I mean, you just turn the wheel and it goes. It handles pretty well. I'm impressed by it. Again, though, I've come from having a truck and you know, I've always been into sports cars, but I've had bigger ones like Dodge Charger, things like that. So this little thing handles like it's on rails. It's quick, it's fun, it's great on gas. So right now, I said we've had it 22 days. I've got 427 miles on it. The dealer gave me the car with a full tank, and I have filled it up once. So I filled it up once, and now I'm at half a tank. And the gas mileage should get a little bit better as the engine breaks in. Here you have the little armrest that goes up. It's got some nice, decent room in there. Damn it. So, glove compartment. I got stuff in there which we're going to go over in a minute. The lighting here is LED, and it's pretty bright, so it's nice. All right, mirror. I don't even know if this size has one. Yep, it does. I did not get a sunroof. We did buy this car. We did not lease it because in 2.5 years, my wife's daughter starts driving, and this will end up being her car. So we wanted to get a good, reliable car. So one of the things that on a dash, when you drive, there's a camera that is behind here, right? That's another thing. I don't like these cameras that do all these things. Maybe I'm old-fashioned. It's cool stuff to have, but at the same time, God forbid you got to replace your windshield. Then you have to go to a dealer or hire somebody to reprogram these computers and calibrate them. It's not just replace your windshield. So it's such a pain if these things happen. And it's more things that can break. We got Honda because Honda and Toyota are the two best car companies there are that make cars. So hopefully we won't have issues because this car should last quite a while. And again, it's going to go to her daughter. But when you're driving, that camera that's up behind the rearview mirror reads the speed limit signs. And so it'll tell you what the speed limit is, 45 miles an hour. If you go over it, it'll blink for a few seconds. But it does that. This car has automatic high beams. I did not know it had that. Personally, that's something I would never buy. I always feel like it's not going to work well, and there's going to be a car coming, and it's going to stay on, and they're going to flash their high beams at you, and you're just going to piss people off. However, I will say that so far, it has worked flawlessly. It's been nice, actually, to have. It's been a nice thing to have. Something I never thought I'd want, and I still wouldn't buy it in another car, but it has worked great so far. So I will say that. Here you have, a little storage area. You got the outlet there. Got this for your phone. Obviously, you see the AC controls here. But let's go over. All right. If you guys want to know everything the car has, there it is. You can stop this, take a snap picture of it or whatever. I am not going to go over everything, but it does have a 158 horsepower, 2.0 liter 4-cylinder engine. It does not have turbo. Sticker price is $24,315. There you see the miles per gallon. All right. Now, we all know that, like I said, the times we live in, they are going to charge you, at the very least, sticker. Now, I will say I shopped around different Honda dealers. One of them was in either Bessemer or Birmingham, Alabama. I think it was Birmingham. And they were charging $4,000 over sticker for mandatory dealer-installed options, which I think is a load of crap. I'm willing to pay sticker, even though I've never paid sticker before. I'm willing to pay sticker in these times, but don't screw me with options that you're telling me I have to install from the dealer. That's just greed. So I left them a bad review, and obviously I didn't buy there. I shopped around. My wife needed a car. The truck is the only truck we had, or else we never would have got another car right now. But anyways, that being said, there was a Tamron Honda, which is where I bought this, in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. They were also charging over sticker, but $995. I wasn't happy about that. I won't do business with them again just because of that. if they would have at least just charged me sticker, I would do business with them again. But I will not do business with them again. Now, my salesman, his name was JJ, great guy. But that's out of his control. So this is what they made me buy extra. An extra $995. The cargo tray, which was that rubber lining you saw in the trunk at the beginning of the video. It has lifetime powertrain warranty, all-season floor mats, which is what I have on here right now. Those other floor mats, if you remember, are in the trunk. Those are the carpet ones. I'm not going to take those out for now. I have no use for them. Lifetime powertrain warranty and mud guards. So I actually paid $25,130 for the car, which is, I think, a lot for a Civic, but it is what it is right now. These are the mud guards. All right, they don't look bad. I never would have bought them, but they don't look bad. I asked my wife, I said, I was thinking I should take them off. She's like, no, don't do that, leave them on. So it's her car, I'll leave it on. But the car also came with 30, your first 6 oil changes are included. So I change my oil religiously every 5,000 miles. So I usually change the oil myself. I don't trust dealerships. I don't trust mechanics. I just don't. But so I do it myself. However, the first 6 are included. I'm just going to go ahead and roll with it and let them do it. So yeah, let me put this stuff back in here. Registration and all that's in there, insurance, all that good stuff. Probably end up taking that out eventually, but guess what? That's my wife's car. Let her do it. Let her deal with it. I'll show you the engine real quick, and then I think we will wrap up this video. Where the hell is it? There it is. They are cloth seats, by the way, but they're comfortable. They're very comfortable. They grip you nice. Like I said, man, it is a sporty little car. It does go pretty quick and it handles great. It's a really good car. I mean, we all know Honda makes excellent vehicles. I think number 1 is Toyota, in my opinion, and number 2 is Honda. Let's see if we can figure this out. I'm embarrassing myself on camera here. Embarrassing myself. Here we go. All right. So, first time I've opened the hood, it has a latch here, so I have to, it does not have struts. So you got to lift up that handle and put it into the hood here, which I need to do actually, because I need to clean out something. Okay. So there's your engine. And like I said, it is quick. I haven't driven it real hard because it's only got 400 something miles on it. I'm trying to take care of it. When it goes to her daughter in 2.5 years, I want it to be nice. It'll be well taken care of, that's for sure. So it's a good car. I recommend it. If I'm not covering something that you want to know about, send me a message and I'll answer it. I'm not going to drive it right now, but it drives nice. And besides, even if I drive it, that's not going to help you feel it, right? Because you're not in the car. So if you have any questions about this car, send me a message. I'll cover it. I'll talk about it. I'll answer your questions. It's a nice looking car. Pretty big for a Civic. I mean, they've gotten bigger for sure. And that's it. I hope this helped you if you're trying to decide if you should buy one.